Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the final vlog of 75 Hard. I want to do more of a sit down chit chat with you guys because last week your lady was on edits. I was sitting in the editor seat for the video. I'm just feeling more low-key this week. I did take a few different shots, which I will talk about, but I really wanted to dedicate this video to a lot of my takeaways. And so with that, let's go ahead and get into it. To start, the last week of 75 Hard, like a week and a half to the very last day of 75 Hard, I started having dreams, eating French fries, hamburgers, pizza, chocolate, everything. And in these dreams, I was like, I can't eat it. Like, I'm doing 75 hard. And I was like freaking out in the dreams. I was like, I can't eat it. I can't eat it. I'm doing 75 hard. And then I would wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that felt so real. It's interesting because it's like throughout the entire journey of 75 hard, I never had those dreams. But the very last like week and a half, the very last week, I started having that. So that was really interesting. And I have a feeling it was just like a fun little play from my psyche being like, hey, you know, like look at how far you've come. And it was just a playful moment, I guess, is how I interpret it. So the last week, I did do all the workouts, did stick to the diet. Honestly, guys, it feels so natural right now where I am. Like just eating less processed and refined sugars, cutting that out as much as I can. In terms of my whole foods diet, I'm literally organic fruits, veggies, meats. I started eating more chickpeas and cashews and nuts and stuff like that as well. I'm making my own salad dressings now. I make this really incredible green tahini dressing with cilantro and stuff in it. It's not actually my recipe. I got it from another recipe. I'll link the whole recipe below. It's called roasted veggies with green tahini sauce, but I take that sauce and I put it on everything because it pairs well with salads, any types of protein, chicken, salmon, steak, anything like that really. I will link it below for everyone who wants to use it. The diet, everything, it's so integrated now, and I have really cut out refined and processed sugars a lot. Drinking a gallon of water a day is easy for me. Everything just feels so natural for me, and the only grains I really eat now is oatmeal. Okay, so a voice note because oatmeal went into pancakes and pancakes went off. So essentially, the only grains I really eat right now are oatmeal and brown rice. Other than that, anything else like bread, quinoa, anything else, I'll have it, but I'll have it at restaurants and stuff. Other than that, that's just kind of where I'm at. But yeah, back into the pancake recipe or rampage and recipe to follow. Pancakes, it was like falling apart, and I need my pancakes to be, I need them to be like top tier. Top tier. Pancakes gotta be top tier. Top tier pancakes. This is what it is, okay? So chickpea flour, baking powder, vanilla. I'm still trying to source a really good vanilla with like, you know, just really good, just really, really good, really healthy, really pure. So if you know of any, please feel free to share it in the comments too. I'm sure I can hit up like a health food store, organic food store, anything like that. But any brands or anything, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you. I will list that pancake recipe below as well. So the tahini sauce recipe and the pancake recipe as well. So the whole diet is going really, really good. It's actually funny because I think for the last vlog, I was sharing with you guys that from Sonic Springs, there was an artist, his name is actually Ben, but he goes by Yamanjo. I'm gonna link his music below too. I'll link to his Spotify and everything because his music is like top tier. And he's just a really awesome person too. So my friends and I got to hang out with Ben. We had shared a meal together. It was really beautiful. One of my friends from Sonic Springs, you guys saw him in the last video. His name's Puya. He made his grand debut on YouTube. He is dear brother, and he was our chef for Sonic Springs as well. He ended up making us another beautiful, I wish I vlogged it, but sometimes the food is so good you don't have a moment to vlog it, you're just in it. He made us these beautiful poke poke bowls. It had enoki mushrooms, it had a little bit of seaweed, I believe, some jalapeno, seared tuna for us, a whole bunch of veggies. What I really appreciate about Puya and what he was offering in terms of nourishment and food for us was that he was really attentive to the diet that I was on. And I said, hey, you know, like, so far, like, this is where I'm at in my journey. I'm not gonna eat like any of the chocolates or the chips or anything. Thank you for offering this, but this is just where I'm at. And it was amazing because it feels really nice to be included in group settings where there's that mindfulness of the community that you're with, and we're all kind of sharing the same meal, and it's really cool to have that as well. So it's interesting because when I first met Ben, aka Yamandro, after he played his set at Sonic Springs, we were talking about how we were both on like this kind of, well, diet. Like, I'm on a diet, I'm doing 75 hard, and he said he happened to be on like a cleanse right now too as well. He's drinking like all these like herbs and stuff too, but he pretty much does these like green juices that replace his meals for breakfast and lunch, and then his like one meal a day is dinner. So he gets super excited for dinner for like all the foods and stuff, which like I would too. I think what he's doing is actually kind of harder in some ways than 75 hard. Although he only does it for, I think, 1 month, he was saying, so 30 days. So when I was sharing that 75 hard's like 2.5 months, he was like, whoa. So it was just cool to exchange kind of dynamics there in conversation with Ben as well. But needless to say, we were both sitting at the table that night, and Puya had made all of us, it was like Ben, myself, my bestie Patrick, his girlfriend Astrid, and then it was our friend Sharzad as well, which is Puya's partner. And yeah, we were just all sitting there, and at the end, it was nice because Patrick ended up bringing out dessert for us, and it was berries. It was strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries, and it felt just really cool to be included for like a dessert and to be thought of in that way. And I remember like looking over at Ben, and Ben was like, thank you for like being so mindful of like the cleanse I'm on and offering this. And I was like, I said the exact same. I was like, thanks guys, like this feels good. But like either way, like if my friends ever wanted to eat like a chocolate bar or anything in front of me, I just got used to it, and I was like, either way, like it's okay, like eat what you feel called to eat. But there is a nice sentiment to sharing dessert together, and that was really appreciated and really cool. So we ended up hanging out with Ben on Tuesday, all of us. We ended up sharing a meal together, and it was really, really lovely. He was sharing some of his set from Envision Festival with us, and just stories of what it's like to go on stage and just the massive amount of things that can happen right before you're about to go up and play. So it was just really nice to hang out and just to chat and laugh and just to be in that like community space, right? Then after that, we ended up going to a jazz bar and just hanging out. It was my first time being at a jazz bar ever, and it was just so timeless, classy, excellent, a really good experience. I recommend it for anybody, whether you are into music, whether you're not into music. I think it's a really good life experience to have checked in the books. The one we went to was called the Rex. It's in Toronto. And it was just like people who wanted to go and play. They just kind of open mic'd it. So it was a really good experience there. But needless to say, the diet went good. The hangouts during the week went really well too. And I ended up, there was another after festival party where that's why Ben was staying in Toronto, because he's actually right now he's in the UK doing a tour. He goes to Colorado doing another tour and everything with like ecstatic dance and music and all of that. So he ended up playing on Wednesday. He ended up playing for Toronto for the Chocolate Groove Festival, which was really cool because they brought the original stage from Sonic Springs, and they took it there. So the sound was immaculate, the sound system. And we had a vibe. We continued it. We were dancing barefoot again underneath the stars, down by the beach in the water. and it was just really, really cool. It was such a good time too. I ended up bringing one of my friends, Brad. You also met him from one of the previous videos in the 75 Hard Journey. So you'll see us sitting there in the car. We were just, you know, being cute, being us, ready to take on the world. Yeah, feeling good. It was so sweet too. Just, it's always nice to dance with friends and to do it in a sober space that's just consciously curated, and dancing and feeling that connection with this earth barefoot while friends are playing music. It's amazing. So that was that. That was really good too. Other than that, just kept on working out and kept on to the diet, kept on taking all the progress pictures, kept on reading another book that I've been reading called Permission to Feel. So it's been really, really good. And yeah, that kind of sums up the week there. So that's what happened. Now I would like to just I just want to share with you all, just like we're sitting in the same space right here, like let's just like have a little cozy bestie hangout right now. Let's just talk about the takeaways. Let's just jam. My biggest takeaways from 75 Hard was to cut out or reduce, it was actually to reduce refined and processed sugars as much as I can, and to continue learning about how I can reduce that in different ways as I continue. That was the hardest thing, I think, out of the entire 75 Hard that I've ever done in my life. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, just physically and mentally actually, but it definitely felt like an addiction. So my takeaway is I am powerful. If I can do that, I can definitely do anything. And if I can do 75 Hard, I can do anything. I invite you to greet your own power again as well. Even if you wanted to do 75 Hard for like a week, I invite you to do that just to show yourself that you can do it. Or if you want to try an ice bath, or if you want to try a sauna, or if you want to try something that fuels you, like if you want to learn how to DJ, if you want to learn how to play guitar, if you want to learn how to skateboard, longboard, if you want to go bungee jumping, if you want to go zip lining, if you want to go ask out the next 5 guys that you find really attractive on the street, like just, or in public, like if you want to go and ask them out just to show yourself that you have the confidence to do so and you can stand in your own zest to do so, I invite you to do that. Because A, it's your life. B, you showing yourself that you can show up for yourself, that you're capable, that you can do it, following through with yourself and gifting that back to yourself, you're literally locking in your own sovereignty, your own beingness, and you're living in your full expression. And that is such a gift to this world. And it actually invites in so many more blessings for you too, in terms of energetics. Because once you start gifting yourself and putting yourself on the pedestal and seeing yourself in your queendom, your kingdom, or your isdom, however this resonates for you, that's when you start tapping into who you really are and inviting in and greeting your full potential, which is just naturally greeting yourself. And that is what this universe and all of creation and source really love. That's more of the spiritual takeaway that I got from this. This is kind of more mentality, but it also, for me, it tapped into very much energetics too. I know a lot about conscious manifestation, and I'm pretty good at manifesting exactly what I want, and quickly and with ease. And for me, it's already something that I knew, but it's like I knew it here, but I feel like it just synced in to my body, into my beingness. In terms of manifestation, in terms of conscious creation, I was doing an outdoor run, and I remember feeling frustrated and feeling tired physically because it was when I first started running outside, so my leg muscles were super sore. And I just remember all of these different thought forms kind of coming in, and just my body feeling like, whoa, like this is a lot to handle right now, and just really tired. My muscles are sore. and just that like trend of like wanting to give up and wanting to quit. But there was also this feeling of frustration, which was actually the key highlight, indicating to me that this is something that I want to do. And so I remember I would take a break from running and I would just walk and speed walk. But then I took a moment to stop and to walk and to relax a little bit, to recenter and to just be. And in that moment, I heard very distinctly, it was spirit, but the way that spirit came in for me was through a coach voice. It was like this male coach voice. And when this being came in, what this being had shared with me was, hey, we know that you can do this. We see you successful in this. We see you doing this. We know you can do this. All you have to do is do it. And then the next thing they said was, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do this? And I sat there internally and I responded and I said back internally and energetically through frequency, through heart coherence, I said, I want to do this because I want to show myself that I can really do this. Because I've tried this before. I've tried to lose weight before. I've tried to push myself to commit to doing things before. I've tried all these different things, but I never followed through. And then the voice said, we know you can do this. Remind yourself of why you started this. Now we ask you, why did you start this? Remember that. And I remember walking and I got like almost really emotional and just filled with like awe and love and realization in my body, in every single crevice of my body. And my energy felt different. I no longer felt that my muscles were sore. I no longer felt all of those different mentally fatiguing, mentally draining energies. I felt just synced and tapped in and clear and in my knowingness. And I responded and I was like, I started this because I wanted to show myself that I can really freaking lose 10, 15, 20 pounds this time. I'm going to do it. And I started this because I want to show myself that I can do this and that I can commit to doing this and that I'm going to show myself I can do this. And then the voice said, we know you can do it. We know you can do it. The only thing is you have to know that for yourself. Now go out there and do it. And that was it. And it literally, I was so tapped in and inspired and I ran. Like I ran. And I'm talking like sprinting, going in, running full out. Like when you see an Olympian get into the zone, whenever you see like those inspirational movies where they're like boxing and they just get into it, that was me in that moment. And it wasn't even like me pushing myself. I mean, it was like more so mentally, but it was me like in the zone. And go and figure, I lost 15 pounds. And you watch, I'm gonna lose the 20 pounds that I set out to do. I'm not stopping. I am not stopping here. So if anything, that really reinstated within me about conscious manifestation. And sometimes, yeah, those belief systems and what you really want to manifest, whether it's a specific relationship, friendship, a sum of money, if you want to completely restructure your life with whatever dream that you really want to do for yourself, and you have no way of seeing it through or even feeling it, or maybe it feels so far gone, I'm here to tell you by a sheer experience of what I just experienced and by of everything I have experienced so far, sometimes there's going to be those things, those moments in your life, those key, beautiful, blessed moments where you're not going to have a clue. You might even be feeling nervous, scared, or anything, and you probably will not believe it at first. you'll probably be sitting there scratching your head, but sometimes you have to just tell yourself up here over and over and over again, many times, sometimes before your body's even going to feel it, before you're going to really know it and get in the zone. But when you do start up here and you stick to it, it will happen. Everything that I have successfully manifested in terms of energetics and how I work in manifestation is so beautiful, because it's like, it's enlivening for me. It's like, this is like one of my passions, and I just love it because the feeling, the journey, the realizations, the lining up with it. And then it's like, there's this moment for me where it clicks and I'm like, okay, I know I've got it. I know I've got it. I know I've got it. And for me, it's that moment where it's like the thoughts, I feel it in my body. It clicks. It's cohesive within my body, within my beingness. And so what 75 Hard has really shown me in my body is that sometimes it's just got to be here for a little bit before it clicks. But once it clicks, it's going to feel like I'm in the zone. It's going to feel like you're in the zone. So I hope that helps for anyone. Yeah, so in terms of spiritual journey with 75 Hard, that's what I've noticed. Physically and mentally, the biggest thing that stood out to me is when I was going through more of an emotional dip throughout 75 Hard. Wasn't too bad. I was just having a really rough day at work one time, and I was just having a day. I needed to cry, I needed to process, I needed to feel, I needed to probably go to bed crying that night and then wake up the next morning and then just see if it really like sat with me, which it really didn't. So onwards and upwards. But what I will say is that day where I was emotionally lower, I really did not want to work out, which is okay. So I kept it lighter on myself. And that's another takeaway from 75 Hard. It isn't about going in hard every single time. It isn't about going in full throttle every single time. It's about being consistent, doing your best with wherever you're at, being honest with how you feel. And it's about choosing to move in a direction where you can from where you're at in the best way you know how to with what you've got. And that was exactly like some of my workouts throughout the days where I'm like, okay, I've never done strength training outside. All I knew to do was running and longboarding for cardio outside. But after my legs started to get sore, by default, I had to switch up my outdoor workouts, or else my muscles I just needed to give them a break. So I did strength training outside, and when I got inside, I would dance. And that is the other takeaway from 75 Hard, is doing what feels good. Your workouts and those things in life where you do have to show up to consistently in your life on a day-to-day basis, make it fun. Like, if you're not into cardio, do something different. Try Pilates, strength training. If you're not into strength training, if you're not wanting to do that, try dancing, try a new workout. I'm going to link a bunch of my favorite workouts below. I found this really incredible workout called Kinergy. It's about expression and movement within your body. And it's literally like working with your chakras and your energy zones, but doing it in a way where you're actually releasing energy and you're working to create internal space to shift belief systems. Yeah, there's workouts like that out there. You can listen to podcasts when you're going on a run, listen to your favorite songs, I listen to my favorite DJ set. I listen to Griffin, I'll listen to Shalu. Like, just do what feels good for you. And even if you're in a workout routine, or you're in like a day-to-day routine where like you're going to work or you're driving the same drive, or like if you really want to shift an area of your life, my biggest takeaway from this, the shift doesn't come from you thinking and actually forcing yourself to do these workouts or to do this specific way because that's how it should be done. That's not where the shift comes from. The shift actually comes from you being lighter. The shift comes from you saying, okay, I don't really feel fully present in this. This is making me feel icky. This is making me feel like, oh, I don't want to do it. What's going to be my medicine? What's going to be for me? Where it's like, I really want to do this. I'm excited about doing this. My third takeaway that goes hand in hand with that, during Sonic Springs, I had a bestie chat with my best friend in the tent until about 6 a.m. We hashed out everything from the last few years that we had both been wanting to talk about. And it was definitely one of those like real talks where it's like you're opening up and you're sharing everything. I literally remember sitting in that tent after. I could feel this energy like just leave my body. And I was like, hey, I feel a lot lighter. And he's like, I do too. And I'm like, yeah, like I just feel lighter. I came back home from that. I lost 5 pounds. I didn't change anything to the workouts. I didn't change anything to my diet. I just talked about my emotions and I just let it go. I literally just let it go. And I just talked just to talk and just to bring it up and just to acknowledge it. And it literally released. And for me, being an energy practitioner, Reiki practitioner, I can feel when the energy like literally drops or dissipates from my body. And as soon as that happened, because that did happen during the Kinergy workout for me too, I knew it. I was like, I could feel this energy around my heart just like leave my chest. And I'm like, I'm going to lose weight and tone out of my chest area. And sure enough, I did drop another few pounds after that. It's very freaking real. When we let go of resistance, how it manifests for us, we have to literally be the vibration of that which we want to magnetize and shift. We have to become it first, every single time. Whether you're doing this by affirming, whether you're doing this by feeling, whether you're doing this by meditation, however you're doing this, consistently, you have to be it first. Even if you don't believe it, even if you don't see it, you have to be it. You have to stick to it. You get to sort yourself into a situation where you are literally feeling this consistently. And by me literally feeling light, because that's one of the things is like, why did I want to lose weight? Because I want to feel lighter in my body. I mean, technically, I could manifest this without doing any type of physical workout or changing my diet. I could literally just do this by energy and thought alone. People do that. So that was really interesting, albeit like I knew that, but it was very cool to witness just by talking and expressing and connecting with my bestie, and that connecting feels lighter too as well. So just to witness the weight shift off from that sense as well. That's another one of my takeaways from 75 Hard. My last and final takeaway is that, and we can do anything with enhanced excitement, enhanced joy, playfulness, flirtation with life, with enhanced love for life, love for self. That's what 75 Hard has shown me. It's like, I literally did all the things in the last 75 days. I can do anything, and it doesn't have to feel like I'm trudging my feet through the mud. I can just do it and feel in harmony with who I am, be in harmony with who I am, and just do it. And so that's what my takeaways are. Oh, my other takeaway too, real quick, which is another reason why this is like my lifestyle now. The working out, the eating clean, the drinking a gallon of water a day. Probably won't drink as much water. I don't know, who knows, maybe. I don't know. At this point, I can do anything, like who knows what I'll do. But in the highest good, of course, for myself and for all of humanity and the beingness in this universe and other universes, and just in the highest good, light, and love, that which I am in harmony and in joy and in reverence to be a part of and to be in service for and to be in service in. I don't have period pain anymore for the first time in years. And I was not expecting that. And that's such a beautiful thing. If you've ever experienced any type of discomfort or pain, and listen, I am not a medical professional. I'm not here to diagnose or anything like that. I'm just putting a disclaimer out there. But what I do want to share just from my own personal experience as a human being here, maybe try cutting out refined and processed sugars for a while. Try eating natural foods that grow from this earth, organic too. Try growing your own garden. Try communicating with the consciousness of the plants that you're consuming. And if that sounds like too much for you, or if that feels like, whoa, Carly, that's way out there, that's okay. Just do the best that you can with where you're at. Even if it's like placing your hand above the food to offer a thank you. Start there. Start with whatever feels comfortable for you. Thank you to this food that has grown here. Thank you to the seeds, the ancestors, the seeds of the ancestors here of this food that you have continued to grow here for thousands of years. Thank you to the soil that nourishes food. Thank you to the sunlight that gave birth to this food. Thank you to the water that helped to sustain and enhance this food. And thank you to myself and my body for being able to consume and digest this food and to share a space with this food of harmony. Whatever it is that really resonates for you, I invite you to just try this. Drinking a gallon of water a day, eating really clean, reducing refined and processed sugars, talking with loving thoughts to yourself, to your body, to the cells of your body, to the beautiful organs within your womb space, within your body. Recognizing all of these wonderful gifts for you and how deeply connected you are to your body, to all of creation, and to this earth. And just try it and just see what happens. And always follow your heart and what feels best for you in the moment, what feels relieving for you in the moment. So those are my takeaways. I am celebrating the fact that I am pain-free on my moon times now, that I have lost 15 pounds, that I am eating the cleanest I have ever eaten in my life, that I cut out my thyroid pills, started reversing, continued to reverse the hypothyroidism, and don't have any symptoms. And I'm just celebrating me. I'm celebrating me because I'm so proud, guys. I'm so proud that I did it this time, that I stuck through it, that, oh my goodness, what a journey. And I'm just really excited to see what comes next. So that's that. This is a long one. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Feel free to leave any hearty comments below. Let me know if you want to start 75 hard. Let me know if there's anything I can do to offer support your way. Feel free to leave in the comments. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. Say, hey, I've been keeping up with your journey. This is what's going on. Do you have any suggestions? Or even just to open up a chat. Like, I'm so happy to connect. Honestly, it's my joy. It's my joy and it's my honor. And to be quite frank with everyone here, I was talking with my bestie, and so I'll share this with you besties as well. So bestie, you know how they say we are all artists. Every single one of us have that capacity for the artistry to come out. We are all artists here. It's just a matter of where our canvas is and the presence of that in the different seasons of our lives. So my artistry is kind of vlogging, especially the style that I did last vlog of Sonic Springs. I think I'm gonna keep this up. Let me know if you want more lifestyle vlogs, concerts, friend hangouts, ecstatic dance, conscious manifestation. We'll see what else happens. I think I'm going to keep it up though. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break because I want to decompress and stuff, but I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas happening. So with that, thank you for being here. Let me know if there's any specific type of videos that you would like to see, any content you want to see. Let me know if there's any vlogs that you want to be a part of. Just let me know if you want an extension of anything mentioned in 75 Hard that you want me to go into. I can do bonus content as well. This includes like the books that I read. This includes talking about the knowledge on thyroid that I have learned, diet, anything like that at all. Just leave it in the comments. I feel like you did 75 Hard with me. I honestly do. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I love you. I'll see you soon. But this chapter right here, it's one for the books. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your grandmother, share it with everybody. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sending you all blessings and love, and we'll see you very soon on another video in another time and space. Thank you.